What is going on, GBA fans? I am Randy, and I am your coach of the Houston Team Rockets here for week number 1 of the GBA. Here we're going up against my father, my actual real dad, Old Man Tup. So make sure you guys show him support. Despite anything you might feel about him in terms of his playing ability, he's a great guy, you know. So this isn't going to be an easy win. Don't be trying to spread all that BS around here, okay? This is going to be a tough match. It's Ubers. Anybody has a shot. He's got the flinch core, man. He's got it. So there's definitely a chance that I just get completely blown back. Like, it's very likely. You know, if there's one person who is going to be unlucky enough to get hacked out, it's probably me. So who knows? He might make a run. So week 1, obviously you want to start out strong. I mean, we started out strong in D-League last season, but we saw how that turned out. So we got to play smart. You know, just bring some good stuff, get the feel for the team, and just move on. So you can see we're in a showdown, but we're not going to do the team builder here. See, I have a little special surprise here, and I want to go ahead and start off by saying this before I do this. I have permission to use these. You may notice somebody else uses these graphics, maybe 2 other people. Aaron 2420, the GOAT, by the way, I love you, man. And then Flying Bird. I have permission under Bird, who had the graphics created through Grant, High Velocity, whatever, I forgot the name. So I have permission. So don't be trying to say, oh, it's the same layout as Aaron's. You're a scum. You know, you're a filthy whatever. I have permission, okay? But those of you who have not seen this is so fresh. Like, this is, oh, like, it's so, look at this. Just take a look at this, man. Look at this. This is insane. Like, this is just stupid. I don't know. It looks so clean. My builders, it takes time to make these, but I kind of have it organized now to where I can do them quick. So every week it's going to be quick builders. This is a weird song. I'm gonna skip this. Anyways, Pokemon video game remixes. Actually, let me find a Pokemon playlist and not like random playlists from Glitch City. There we go. That's what it's supposed to be. I'm one of those basic people that is plays Glitch City, but it's whatever. It really doesn't matter, right? It really doesn't matter. All right, so back to the discussion. Week 1, and yeah, against Old Man Tup. Gonna be an interesting game for sure. His team is as followed. I'll probably try to show the image somewhere on screen. I'm not sure if I will be able to, but the team consists of Shaman Sky, Zeraora, Milotic, Mega Scizor, Greninja Battle Bond. Opted not to take a tier 1. A lot of people were kind of upset about that, or you know, left confused. But hey, man, he wants to have fun. I don't hate that. Latias, Miltank, Togekiss, Entei, Diggersby, and Claydol. So obviously, a lot of threats. Shaman Sky, flinching. Zeraora's fast. Milotic's stupid. Mega Scizor is like stupid. Greninja Battle Bond can be very annoying. You guys know what they all do. They all have their roles. And against my team, you can tell. Oh, I'm an idiot. His team's right below. Why do I have to list off the name? Why do I have to like put an image? It's literally on the screen. I'm an idiot. So, as you can tell, he's got a lot of threats, man. Like, for example, Diggersby. My switch into abandoned Diggersby does not exist. I don't have a switch in. Like, I just don't. Like, I could bring Hippowdon, but Hippowdon can only come in once, and I have to slack off, and it's not a reliable like answer. Like, it can be, I guess, but he can easily just pivot into Shaman or Greninja or Togekiss or even Scizor. Like, it's annoying. I have to be ready for that. So the only 2 mons that I really have to speed creep for are an Adamant Entei and a Jolly Diggersby, because those are likely to be the speed. Those are the speed gaps that I care about. Adamant Entei more so is the only one I need to watch out for, because everything else is either going to be slower already, or I'm going to be faster than. Like, I can't outspeed Shaman with like my Infernape or my Yveltal. So as long as I cap my speed there, that's what I did. So you're going to notice that I have 154 speed on all my mons, and that's pretty much to outrun an Adamant Entei. Now, it is by 2 points. I just realized that as I was getting ready for this video. I accidentally did it by 2 points, so I only needed 153, so I'm a bad player, right? I get it. So here, Yveltal, Hakeem the Dream is leading the way. Running a very, very super, you know, bread and butter set. Dark Pulse, Oblivion Wing, Sucker Punch, and Taunts. He has no switch into Oblivion Wing, man. Like, after Rocks, it 2-hit KOs his entire roster. Zeraora obviously resisted, but Dark Pulse is switching Togekiss. That's it. That's all he has. And Togekiss will be close to being 2-hit. I'm not sure the calc. It depends on what his spread is. I think he can die to a Dark / Oblivion Wing after rocks, depending on the spread. I didn't really mess around with his spread calcs because we don't know what he can run. He can run like full Fizz Def, he can run full Spadef, a weird mixture to try to check Yveltal at all costs. But regardless, after rocks, this thing just tears a new hole into my old man tub. So I'm hoping this can do a lot of work, and I'm looking forward to how it goes. Obviously, its last move, I think Taunt's probably the best way to deal with Togekiss in case it tries to defog. Because given the rest of my team, you're going to see that I kind of need a Taunt to deal with Togekiss in case it gets annoying. Taunt on my Milotic to prevent recover so I can beat it down and all that. So, sure, I get kind of worn down with Orb, but Oblivion Wing, I heal 75%. So there's no need for Roost, even though I did heavily consider it. So, going to be a lot of fun there. Next up, we have Jolteon. Again, another pretty standard bread and butter set. We have Thunderbolt, Shadow Ball, Hidden Power Ice, and Volt Switch. Opted to go Hidden Power Ice instead of Hidden Power Ground because Zeraora really isn't that big of a deal. It is worth noting, though, that like Banded Close Combat or Z Close Combat does OHKO me because my defense is horrendous. But we're just going to try to play around it, and hopefully we can, like, you know, I don't know, like, hopefully it's not that big of a threat. Because Z Zeraora really isn't that big of a deal, unless he's bulk up. But he would be losing out on coverage depending on what he wants to bring. So, Expert Belt just allows me to easily OHKO the Shaman, even though I probably don't need the Expert Belt, but I mean, there's not really no other item worth running. Like, I guess I could run AV for Shaman, but like, I mean, like, it doesn't matter. Like, it really doesn't matter. Expert Belt was fine. I was really close to blinking Flame Orb to check the Battle Bond Gren, but I felt that like Specs Shuriken was gonna wear me down too fast. Like, I was gonna pack Wish on it, but it really didn't matter. Like, it wasn't. I don't know. I felt this set was just a lot safer. Like, it does so much work to his team, like, offensively. So, I figured it was the right call. Also, by the way, I want to do a quick shout out to my front office. If any of you guys are interested in joining and want to be active, I should say, active, like, at least once a week, like, active, let me know in the comments and I'll let you know. Active, by the way. Emphasis on active in the server. Anyways, Dr. Piplup, Youngster Bill, Aaron Barden, who's going through some issues right now, but thank you for your help as always anyway. Diabetic Raichu, Granto Boy, and Ollie, thank you guys for your support. Appreciate you guys helping me. I'm bad, I need help. So Mega Latias comes in next. Of course, now I'll start off by saying this. I know the set looks really bad. Okay, I get it. I definitely need to optimize the sets better, especially for this Pokemon, if I want to make a run in this league. I can't just be running offensive Latias because it's just terrible. Like, I could have squeezed in a Calm Mindset. I really could have, but my thought process was that this thing can clean up late game if everything's chipped. And it does. It beats everything if it's chipped down. But it's kind of hard. Because if I don't, it just gets walled by Milotic. It gets walled by Togekiss. It gets walled by, not Scizor, but those two mainly. Those are his fat Miltank, Milotic, and Togekiss. Those three things. They wall it if I don't wear them down. So I have to be careful. Like, this isn't a very, very good set, and I understand that. I'm going to look to build better ones, but I figured for week 1, gotta get used to it. But I understand the set needs work, and I just hope it can clean up late game. It's fat. Now, I will say, the speed is terrible. I know. I don't even tie regular Latias. I didn't want to risk it, but it's kind of sad that I have a Mega Latias set that loses to regular Latias if he's like Z Draco. So, I know. It's bad, but hey, it's week 1. Hopefully it doesn't screw me over, and yeah, I'll learn from that next week. Hopefully, as long as it doesn't screw me over. I don't know. Next up, we have Suicune, and now this mon right here has the most potential in this entire game. Super, super standard. Scald, Ice Beam, Sub, Calm Mind. Inner Focus, no pressure. Inner Focus to ensure, in case he wants to go for a late game potential Air Slash, you know, for the wins, that type stuff. I can always shut that down with Inner Focus and just OHKO with Ice Beam. So that's always a nice little security blanket for that. Sub Calm Mind is just so juicy, man. I set up on Milotic, if he doesn't bring Haze at least. But this potentially might, just depending on what kind of coverage he wants to bring, who knows. They can set up on his Miltank, set up on his Togekiss. They can set up on his Claydol. A lot of different things you can set up on. And behind the substitute, Scald and Ice Beam hits his entire squad. And then, of course, you know, getting up maybe 2 Calm Minds should pretty much ultimately seal the deal for him. So the goal is to, you know, use it as a nice little switch into Greninja at times. But mainly I want to take advantage of his fat, get up a sub, and start doing some damage now. Yeah. Also, I forgot to say, other member of my front office, the Flying Bird, Bird. He contributed to this set because I almost brought a stupid set. Like I almost brought like a ridiculous Suicune set. It was terrible. Don't mention it. It was bad. Next we have Infernape, Choice Scarf. Again, this whole team is like stupid standard. Scarf Infernape, you can't go wrong with it. Scarf with Mach Punch and Iron Fist to ensure I can out-prioritize his Battle Bond Grand as long as he isn't Scarf himself. And I can be dealing like a lot of damage. I think it does like over 75% to it, which is just stupid. So that's a very nice little thing there to beat it down. Flare Blitz, Close Combat, Dual Stab hits his entire squad. Very standard. Now the last move, a little weird, but I originally had U-turn, but before I realized I didn't have rocks on this team, I couldn't squeeze in Hippo, Metagross, or the Lycan Rock, or Clef, and I decided that Scarf Rocks was my only way to squeeze in rocks here. And I know it's kind of weird, but I don't think it's too terrible. I feel like I can force switches pretty easily with this thing. Oh, by the way, the speed is there to outrun a Scarf Togekiss. In case they get out of control. I mean, it's slower than Scarf Entei, but like I don't really care. Like I don't know. Like, I feel like this is a great speed tier. And then of course the extra defense is for me to be able to take a Plasma Fist a little bit better, as well as a Banded Extreme Speed a little bit better, or a Banded Quick Attack. That is the reason for the defense EVs. So yeah, Scarf Rocks. I mean, if I could force out Scizor or get up Rocks, switch in might be, I don't know, Milotic, and Milotic really can't take advantage, or I might try to go hard. I don't know what he was switching to this thing. He doesn't really have much for it. All he has is like maybe a thick fat cow if he wants to catch Flare Blitz, but I got Close Combat. Milotic is the best answer to it, so I mean, Scarf Rocks. I know I'm not really a big fan of Scarfers, even though they're really important to have. I just don't like being locked in, like, not doing that much damage. That's just always the way I've always felt. Obviously, it's a terrible mindset, but I mean, that's just the way I felt, and I feel like most of the time I bring Scarf Rocks on stuff, so hopefully it doesn't fail me. And it's going to be very important because, like I said, after Rocks, the Yveltal just destroys him. So that's the plan with that. And finally, to close it out, we have the Mon that also provides a very important role here, and that is our Rose Raid with a Black Sludge. Little, offensive Rose Raid. Offensively, it hits his entire squad really well, so hopefully we can deal some good damage. But the main thing is T-Spikes. T-Spike destroys his team. He's got Zeraora gets worn down. Milotic, of course, could have the Marble Scale, but it still gets worn down. It's the important thing. Greninja gets worn down, something that probably will rely on Life Orb potentially. So if it were to have Life Orb or take Rocks and Poison, it'll get worn down stupid fast. Miltank obviously would be affected by those spikes, even though it could have Heal Bell. It could have Heal Bell, but I'm not too worried about it because I can just eliminate one move pool from there, because it's probably going to have Rocks. It'll probably have Body Slam. It'll probably have Milk Drink, and the last move will be either some sort of coverage move or Heal Bell. So if he's Mono Body Slam, that's just food for Suicune. So we can always be okay with that. I mean, it's Suicune food either way, no matter what he runs. So that's something to note there. But again, T-Spike's its main goal. And offensively, he really kind of struggles switching into it because he can't switch into Scizor safely because I can pop him with a Hidden Power Fire. He can't really switch into Latias all that well because Sludge Bob can, poison him and do like a pretty good chunk of damage. And then the same goes for everything else. He really has a hard time switching into it if I'm in on the right mon, like the Togekiss or the Milotic. I mean, they can take hits from me, but like Spadef, I have some good Spadef, and maybe I can deal some damage. So yeah, that is the team. Of course, the goal here is to get up our hazards, and then hopefully win with the Yveltal there straight up. And if Yveltal can't finish the job, then I might get Latias and clean up. And of course, Scarf Infernape is also another option. Jolteon does really well. And yeah, it's really just a super standard team. Like, it's, nothing too crazy. It's week 1. I think we're gonna be okay. Week 1. Hopefully the only way I can see myself getting a little, out of hand is if his Greninja gets out of control. Greninja is a big threat. It could definitely, pick apart my team. But if I just play it smart, get up the hazards, wear everything down fast, force him to keep switching on my Yveltal getting blown back, we should be fine. So, all that being said, guys, I will see you guys tomorrow for the game. Hope to see y'all then. Go Rockets.